and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
Oak Mountain Academy is a vibrant community built on innovation, academic excellence, and a 64-year legacy of shaping community leaders. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school at Oak Mountain Academy, inviting you to visit the mountain and experience firsthand the passion, purpose, and personalized education that defines our school. Come see how our mission and vision come to life each day. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us so that you can discover your journey on the mountain, where every path leads to purpose.
National headlines and the local stories you care about. WLBB, Carrollton, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3.
Probably should turn my mic on. Hey, good morning. This is Josh. Welcome to Community Voice. Today is Thursday, August 28th, and I'm very excited to have Oak Mountain Academy in the studio with us today. We have the Upper Division Dean, Jacob Wells, Middle Division Dean, Kimberly Robinson, and the Lower Division Dean, Karen Buchanan. How do you say it? Buchanan. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I figured so. I just wanted to make sure. All right. Let me get these mics turned up here. You can see every time Oak Mountain comes in the studio, I get too comfortable with the conversation beforehand, and then typically I forget to turn the mics on. We are live streaming this morning's episode of Community Voice, Thursday, August 28th, with Oak Mountain Academy on our WLBB News Talk 1330 Facebook page. So if you have any questions or comments for our guests, please feel free to throw those in the chat. Also, feel free to share the live stream, spread the good word of what's going on at Oak Mountain Academy. And we're also going to be live streaming on our YouTube as well. So be sure to check out any of those streams, share them, spread the love. That's what we're all about here. So today we're going to be talking about the journey on the mountain. It's an inside look because school has just started back pretty recently, so I'm sure we're going to have some updates, some stories with the deans here from Oak Mountain Academy. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Of course, thank you so much for joining us. So let's start with a little bit of background and stories for listeners who may not have tuned into a previous episode with the Oak Mountain Deans. I would love to get your superhero origin story. Tell us a bit about you, and we will start with Jacob Wells. Jacob Wells is the Upper Division Dean at Oak Mountain Academy. Jacob, tell everybody at home all about you.
Sure. So my name's Jacob Wells, Upper Division Dean at Oak Mountain Academy. This is my second year on the mountain. Prior to coming to the mountain, I'm not from Georgia. Prior to coming to Georgia, I lived in Pennsylvania, where I taught and worked and coached at a boarding school outside of Philadelphia. And prior to that, I taught and coached at a charter school in Scottsdale, Arizona, and lived in Washington State, where I did my graduate work, and then graduated with my bachelor's degree from Alabama. Roll Tide, everybody.
Check it out.
But I'm originally from California, so I've lived all over the country, and I can say that coming to Oak Mountain has been a fantastic experience so far, a great move. My family and I love the Carrollton area, and we're just excited for the new school year.
Check it out. Do you ever watch The Office?
Oh yes, multiple times all the way through.
Every time I hear Scottsdale, I think about the character on The Office. She always says Jan. She always says my sister in Scottsdale.
Oh, yeah.
My sister in Scottsdale. Well, that's so cool. I'm glad that all of your journey brought us here to this moment.
Yes.
And of course, it is very funny that Karen, gave a shout out to the dogs, and she's got red on today.
Mm-hmm.
So that's tremendous. All right. Well, let's throw it over to Kimberly Robinson. Kimberly, good morning. Tell us a bit about you.
Well, good morning. I have 30 years of public ed experience. So I retired after teaching for 30 years. I taught in South Georgia, and then I taught in the Carrollton area. And then this is my third year on the mountain. So it's been a very good experience. I love the atmosphere, love the coworkers, love the students, love the families. It's just been fabulous.
just a little slice of heaven up there on the mountain.
Just a little bit.
It's very calming. I like how there's always a breeze. What's going on there? Maybe it's because it's so high.
Yeah, and I do have to say I went to the University of Georgia, so go Dogs.
Hey, so did I. Go Dogs.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
He's outnumbered.
You were outnumbered. He could probably take all of us, though. I don't know. He spent time in Scottsdale. He's a tough guy. All right, so let's throw it over to Kimberly Buchanan.
Karen.
Oh, my God, I said Kimberly. Uh-oh. Karen, the lower division dean at Oak Mountain Academy. See, I got so riled up because we're talking about UGA.
Right.
So if you could, Karen, tell us a bit about yourself and a bit about what brought you to the mountain.
Right. So I am a Carrollton native. I graduated from Central High School, and I actually started my teaching journey, I like to say, as a young child in my bedroom, where I would have all of these students make believe, of course, and teach them, yes, and grade papers, and that was just the highlight. So it has come full circle for me. So I've spent about 17 years in the classroom, and this is my 13th year on the mountain before stepping into the role of dean last year, and it has just been a phenomenal experience. Oak Mountain Academy is family, and they really are my second family, and the students just bring so much joy. On the first day of school, I remember telling Kimberly and Jacob, like, just the excitement that the students bring to the mountain is just like no other. So and to be able to experience that every day is incredible and so fulfilling for me. And I just feel that I'm so blessed to be able to get to do something that I truly love and that brings me joy.
That's awesome.
So.
When I was at the storybook, like the reading thing, last year, like with the lower division students hanging out, we were reading like Dr. Seuss and stuff. And, they made it very clear. They love you.
Oh,
they think
thank
very
you.
highly of Karen.
I
She's
love
something
them.
else.
They're my babies.
Check it out. They love you a lot more than the stuffed animals that you used to give F's to.
That's right.
When you were a kid. That's right. The platypus could never master his long division.
Not at all.
All right, so we got Oak Mountain Academy in the studio with us. If you're just tuning in, quick reminder, we are on our Facebook live stream and the YouTube live stream. So if you have any questions or comments for our guests, feel free to throw those in the chat. Let's throw it over to Kimberly. Kimberly, so what sets Oak Mountain Academy apart from other school options?
Well, we have small class sizes in all our divisions. Our average class size is between 12 and 14. And so it really makes for a unique educational experience because the students get to know each other. The teachers get to develop the relationship with the kids. They get a lot of personalized attention. So it's a really unique space. And then our culture is just unbelievable. We have such a family dynamic. It's such a tight-knit community with the big and little program. The older students get to mentor the little ones. It's just everybody knows everybody. Everybody is just kind to everybody. It's such a welcoming, wonderful place to be. And then we have really strong academics. Our journeys in the lower school, we're preparing that foundation of building the skills that they need. And then in the middle school, we're exploring through all the different enrichments and activities. And then in the upper school, they're achieving those journey pathways that they select. So, and then Jacob will go over those in a little bit. Cool. But yeah, so it's just a really unique place to be, and it's a lot of fun.
Excellent. All right, Karen, what is the journey like in the lower division?
So in our lower school, we really work on preparing our students, preparing them to be leaders. So obviously that starts off on a much smaller basis in pre-K 3 where they get to be line leaders and classroom jobs, and that builds throughout. So there are actually 3rd through 5th graders will actually lead in some of our all-school assemblies, and they, from writing their own speeches or their own prayers or their parts to speaking in front of the whole public, in front of our whole audience, and then taking them out beyond into the community and speaking. So we are preparing them for future leadership positions, and they just love that. We also have very strong academics that, again, we start in pre-K 3. They are certainly focused on the social aspects, but they start with math and language, even at that. Our math program that we use is Saxon Math, and we are a year above. So our fifth graders are actually already taking sixth grade math and beyond. We're very proud of that, and it is incredible to see what they are able to accomplish. And then we have lots of opportunities for our lower school students. We have clubs, like our Lego club is very popular. We have a gardening club. We have our K-Kids club, which is part of the Kiwanis. And then they also can participate in sports. So our fifth graders get to play a part of the middle school sports team. So again, helping them to build those connections early and start that journey for them to make that transition easier. And then we also have a lot of mission-driven activities, service projects, the advisories that I already talked about, that just continues to help our kids lead in that mission. We think that that is very important. And then we have leadership training. We have student ambassadors that, beginning in fourth grade, go through an interview process, and we actually have been doing that this week. And then we choose some of them to go out and represent beyond just in the classroom for our whole school. And then, as Kimberly mentioned, just the family-centered environment. The kids really pick up and support for each other, and that is incredible to see. After having been in other places, it is just very unique there of how much our families come together and support each other, and that starts with our kids setting that stage in the lower school.
Excellent. We got Oak Mountain Academy in the studio with us today. Upper Division Dean Jacob Wells, Middle Division Dean Kimberly Robinson, and Lower Division Dean Karen Buchanan. We're very pleased to have them in the studio with us. Time is 8:40, so we're going to go ahead and knock out our first commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to jump into what's life like in the what's the journey like at Oak Mountain Academy in the Middle Division, the Upper Division, and of course why parents should consider Oak Mountain Academy as the right choice for their student. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health and Oak Mountain Academy.
Imagine a place where every heartbeat is monitored with the utmost care, where emergencies are met with swift attention, and where cutting-edge technology enables precise and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
Do the math. At Oak Mountain Academy, our average graduating class has just 12 students. We celebrate a 100% graduation rate with more than $10.5 million in college scholarships offered. Plus, 96% of our students are accepted into their top choice college. Do the math. Can you see the value of an OMA education? I'm Patrick Uran, head of school at Oak Mountain Academy, and I'm here to help you do the math. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us so that you can discover your journey on the mountain, where every path leads to purpose.
And we're back to Community Voice, Thursday, August 28th. I'm your host, Josh Engel. And we got Oak Mountain Academy in the studio with us today, live streaming on our WLBB News Talk 1330 Facebook page, as well as our WLBB YouTube. So you can check that out. Graded Communications YouTube, I would guess. Not necessarily it. Graded Communications YouTube or WLBB? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I'm going to misspeak every once in a while. So if you're just tuning in, we have Jacob Wells, Upper Division Dean, Kimberly Robinson, Middle Division Dean, and Karen Buchanan, Lower Division Dean. I'm going to say your last name every other way because I don't want the folks in Buchanan to be upset. I don't want the family of the president to be upset. I'm going to say it every kind of way. So let's jump back into it. So Kimberly, what is the journey like in the Middle Division at Oak Mountain Academy?
So in the Middle Division, we're exploring, and so we're getting them to try everything. They may not be good at it, but they're trying everything so that they can figure out what it is that they are good at, what they do like, and so then they can focus in on that and hone in on that when they go into the upper school. So it's basically a buffet of everything, and you have to try a bite of everything to see what you like. And, with the academics, like Ms. Buchanan said, it starts at the lower school, and they're a year ahead. So when they get to 6th grade, they're taking 7th grade math, and 7th grade, they're taking 8th grade math. So in the ninth, or when they're in 8th grade, they're able to take a high school credit course. So they're starting their high school career basically in 8th grade. And we also offer the foreign language to the 8th graders So they're starting out a lot of their Carnegie units in the 8th grade, so it puts them ahead. So they have the opportunity to just expand in their upper school experience. We have a lot of co-curriculars outside of academics. We have athletics. We offer a wide range. Even though we're a small school, we have a lot. Right now, we're in the middle of cross country, volleyball. We'll have basketball, archery, golf, tennis, track, swimming, soccer. I can't remember. That may not be all of them, but there's a lot of them. And then we also have the arts. So we have a choral program. We have a band program. We have a full visual arts program and a drama theater program. So we offer the kids a lot of opportunities. And then we do a lot of mission-driven activities. We do service projects where we're teaching the students how to fulfill the needs of others. And we do a lot of that through our advisory programming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have a lot of special events that help build that culture, a lot of that team building activities, especially with the Big Little program we have. And then leadership is infused in everything we do. We are encouraging students to step and be leaders, whether it's leading in a group project or if it's presenting in front of the entire student body for advisory, or they're leading convocations, or they're saying the prayer or the pledge. So we're truly feeding into that leadership and just trying to give them those skills that they need for life in general. And then, of course, that family centered culture that we have. This school year in the middle school has been such a really neat start. There's such a good energy flowing in that middle school. It makes it coming to work every day fun.
All right. Check it out. Well, thank you so much, Kimberly. Jacob, I imagine that you can predict what my next question is going to be.
I think so.
What's the journey like in the upper division?
Well, in the upper division, students start to really kind of hone in on the things that they want to achieve kind of in the upper school and then in college or in industry and beyond. So in the upper school, the students have several options in our academic journeys, right? We have what's called the AP Scholar Journey, where they have to take a certain set of AP scores or AP classes and exams. And then if they perform well enough on those, then they can get a special state-recognized seal on their diploma. Another journey is the World Language Journey, in which students pursue either French or Spanish and take those all the way through the AP program in that language, and then kind of honing those skills and developing those communication skills in that language, and then they will once again get a special seal on their diploma. Then we have the Entrepreneur Journey, in which students can take can build on the middle school classes in entrepreneurship that they took in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, take extra entrepreneurship classes that we have for upper school students as a part of the program, and then finalize their entrepreneurial experience in the senior seminar class, which all seniors take. But if they are focusing on that entrepreneur journey, they can then apply their product, small business, whatever it is, to their senior project journey or senior project in the seminar. And then that would give them the unique entrepreneur seal on their diploma. And then the final one is called a custom journey. So if a student has interests and passions that lie outside of those three areas, say they really love poetry, right? We can find a way to create an academic journey for them based on their passions. So we would, help them through the academic dean, right? As well as maybe some of our teachers would help build them a program that would fit the needs and the rigor of the other three academic journeys, and then we'd be able to give them that special kind of personalized experience in that one. Beyond that, our students in the upper school are having a ton of opportunities in leadership in their co-curriculars, whether it's their athletics or their clubs. So we have a lot of students who play 3 or 4 sports a year, where they'll double up in one season and then play a sport in the other 2 seasons, or however it might work. And so they are getting the leadership experience in cross country, and also in archery, and in basketball, and in track, and in soccer, right? And they can interact with not just those sports and the expectations that come with those sports, but also the leadership roles as upper school students. Especially our juniors and seniors really start to carry on those kind of leadership opportunities in those athletic arenas. And then in clubs, right, in clubs like SGA, our Student Government Association, we have just our newly elected SGA president, vice president, secretary, grade level representatives that all have opportunities to represent the school. And those students not only lead the SGA club, but they also take on all kinds of speaking opportunities, presentation opportunities, volunteer opportunities, as kind of really representing an Oak Mountain Academy student. That's also true for our ambassador program. The other two deans have talked about the ambassador program as well. And the upper school students also have that opportunity where they are leading on campus. They are learning through a fully developed program of leadership qualities, trainings, etc., and then have the opportunity to be off campus and represent the school. And then in terms of mission-driven activities, the upper school students lead our service projects. So we have like big service projects like Share the Warmth. We also have smaller service projects, like just last week we had a service project that was based around using technology to build service on campus, where students developed a kind of like question set for brand new students who are new to the mountain and might need some assistance in some things about traveling around the school. And the upper school students were the ones who worked with the middle and lower school in developing how to implement that type of technologically based service. And then lastly, we have that family-centered culture, right? The best representation, maybe not the best, but one of my favorite representations of this is in the international program, right? So we have 4 international students on the mountain this year, all in the upper school, and they are staying with host families, and those host families bring them in. They take them to all their school events. They take them on family vacations. They introduce them to not just their family life, but also American culture. And so our community members, parents, siblings, teachers, staff, help those international students feel fully welcomed into our community. And so that, to me, is a great representation of how the family kind of centered environment really comes out, because those international students are not just getting the American academics, but they're getting the full American experience, and the international host parents are the ones that are doing a ton of that kind of background work to help those students feel so welcomed.
Tremendous. That's Jacob Wells, Upper Division Dean with Oak Mountain Academy. Time is 8:51. So we're going to go ahead and knock out our last commercial break. And when we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation with Upper Division Dean Jacob Wells, Middle Division Dean Kimberly Robinson, and Lower Division Dean Karen Buchanan from Oak Mountain Academy as we take an inside look behind the journey on the mountain. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health and Oak Mountain Academy.
Imagine a place where every heartbeat is monitored with the utmost care, where emergencies are met with swift attention, and where cutting-edge technology enables precise and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
Oak Mountain Academy specializes in a customized designed academic approach tailored to meet the needs of our families. Our lower division prepares students with the necessary foundation to build excellence. Our middle division provides students with over 15 course offerings, providing them with opportunities to explore their talents and gifts. Our upper division provides personalized academic journeys, allowing them to achieve their dreams. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us, where every path leads to purpose.
And we're back to Community Voice. Time is 8:52. Today's Thursday, August 28th. It's your last chance. If you have any questions or comments for our guests from Oak Mountain Academy, Upper Division Dean Jacob Wells, Middle Division Dean Kimberly Robinson, and Lower Division Dean Karen Buchanan, you can throw those in the live stream on our WLBB Facebook page or on our YouTube. On our YouTube. On our YouTube for our guests here. We have about 6.5 minutes, I'd say. Let's jump back into it. Jacob, why should families consider OMA as the right school choice for them?
Well, I believe that there are 4 kind of key reasons why families might choose Oak Mountain Academy. The first is our academic excellence, right? So we've talked a lot about the academic programming from the lower school where they're preparing, middle school is exploring, and upper school is achieving, right? And they have all kinds of opportunities, not just for academic excellence, but also leadership development, and a full kind of spread of co-curriculars, as we've talked about. Our average graduating class is about 12 students, and the academic excellence really comes out in a lot of ways. One obvious way to me is that in the past 5 years or so, our students have been offered over $10 million in scholarship opportunities to their colleges, right? And so that really shows how that academic programming has helped prepare them for what comes beyond, right, in college or in industry. The second is our faith-based environment. So in all three divisions, our students are pursuing faith-based opportunities in service, in their advisory programming, as well as in our cultural studies and Bible classes that are offered in the lower, middle, and upper divisions. And these are focused on the kind of service and how to be a good member of the community, right? And so our students are benefiting from that in all three divisions. The third one is our dynamic opportunities. We have a pretty small enrollment size, somewhere between 200 and 225 every year. Given that, we still have a full arts, athletics, honor society spread of options for students. And because of our smaller size, participation is huge, right? So we have a no-cut policy in all of our athletic programming, which means that if you've never tried volleyball, but you are inclined to try it, you are going to have the opportunity to do that because you are going to be given a spot and you are going to be on that team, right? If you are intimidated about archery and you've been like, well, I would love to try that, but I'm a little scared, right? You will have plenty of opportunities to try that in that season. And then lastly is the family environment, which I talked about before we went on break, right? Everybody knows everybody. Everybody is trying to welcome everybody. Those international students are coming in and feeling that as soon as they arrive. And our parents and families are also a major part of all of the conversations that we have on campus, and we really develop a full relationship, not with just the students, but with their entire family. And so it's really a community, family-based environment.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, we have about 4 minutes left. Let's throw it over to a lower division dean, Karen Buchanan. Karen, as we take us out of the show here, what would you say to families who might think that Oak Mountain Academy is not an affordable option for them?
Well, we believe that Oak Mountain, the education should be affordable for all mission-seeking families. So we work really diligently to provide options. And some of those options include scholarships. So we have academic scholarships, and then we have academic and needs-based scholarships, and then we just have needs-based. This year, we are fortunate enough to be able to be a part of the Georgia Goal, as we have in the past, and then also the Georgia Promise, which is a brand new scholarship offered for students living in a low-performing school district. They can receive funds from the state, and that portal is about to open again on September the 1st. So, and at Oak Mountain, we have a continuous enrollment. So we enroll all throughout the school year, which is unique for a lot of independent schools. So we really want you, if you're interested at all, to really seek out that information and don't let the tuition amount possibly deter you from reaching out, because we have a lot of options and we really want to work hard to get the right families there, because that is very important to us.
Excellent. Awesome. All right. And I think it's important for folks to remember that when Oak Mountain Academy comes on the show, we're talking about all these incredible opportunities, foreign language, entrepreneurship, all these different sports and extracurriculars that are available. There are options available. This isn't something that's outside of the accessibility of people here in our community. This is something that your family can be a part of, that your children can take advantage of. And, I think when you get to numbers like $10.5 million in scholarships that have been offered, that's wild.
It is wild.
That is truly amazing. Yeah, at my school, that was not the case.
That's right. And if you think about that, average class size of 12, and you divide that out, that really is incredible that our students have all those different offers. So while it's paying a little bit up front for it, the dividends in the end, you really see that in more ways than just the scholarships that they get, the leadership, the just when they go to college, we hear time and time again how well our students do compared to all the other students in their class. That those students are often overwhelmed, and the professors will ask our students, how did you just come in and you seem to just flow right in? And that's because of the preparation that we do on the mountain and helping them achieve that early so that they can go in and really focus and enjoy their college experience.
And just yesterday and the day before, we were doing our ambassador program interviews with our students where they have to come in and have a fully prepped interview for this program, and we had fourth graders and fifth graders who were giving incredibly sophisticated answers about leadership, and those examples kind of set us apart and really give those students opportunities for programs like the Ambassador Program.
Oak Mountain Academy, ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Wells, Upper Division Dean, Middle Division Dean Kimberly Robinson, and Lower Division Dean Karen Buchanan. Thank you all for joining us on the Community Voice today.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, and we always love it when you have you guys on the show. And to everyone tuning in at home, we'll see you next time.